June is Gun Violence Awareness Month, and in recognition of that, today the city launches a campaign aimed at showing the ripple effect of gun violence. It includes 3 new walking trails that have a guided audio experience.
Joining us to talk more about the campaign is Tamara Mahal from the city's Community Safety Coordination Center. Good morning.
Good morning.
How does a walking trail with audio about violence in Chicago help things?
I think that's a great question. It is more than an audio trail. It'll be a month-long marketing campaign that really aims to help people understand that violence in the city of Chicago is the result of deeper root causes, and then it has these secondary effects across the community. You don't have to be the person with the gun or the person shot to really experience the effects of violence. And we want to bring awareness to that while also talking about not just what the city is doing in response to that, but what our community partners working in violence prevention are doing as well.
So is the goal to attract people that maybe are not necessarily personally touched by violence in certain neighborhoods, particular neighborhoods?
I think the goal is really to look across the city. Violence is extremely complex. Even if you experience it on a daily basis, your understanding and experience with it may tell you some things, but not others. We really want to bring a level of awareness to the complexities that exist, but also the myriad strategies that need to be in place if we're really going to sustainably reduce violence in the city of Chicago.
That is true, but this morning I think people are concerned about what's going on right now in the short term. The independent monitor of the consent decree and the IG has criticized the city for understaffing and poor data collection. We can't get the mayor or the superintendent to come on the show to answer these questions. What is going on with that?
Well, I'm not here to comment on the Chicago Police Department or their progress on the consent decree. Those questions are best for the Chicago Police Department. I'm here to say that it takes more than the police department, and that's Mayor Lightfoot's approach. She's increased violence reduction spending by more than 20-fold under her administration, increased funding for mental health, increased funding for safe spaces, all of these things that have to happen in conjunction with the police effort in order for us to reduce violence.
I think the public perception right now, and this doesn't apply to everyone, but it certainly is a public perception that the city seems somewhat out of control and that there's not a good handle on violence in the city. So what if someone is living in the city right now and saying, okay, well, what can I do? I can go on this walking tour and understand the complexities of violence, but what can I do specifically to try and see? Because I think a lot of people saying that, well, it's the city's, the city's responsibility to make sure that our neighborhoods are safe and our streets are safe.
Well, we believe that everyone has a role to play, and the city does have a big role to play in violence reduction. We are taking a lot of steps to try to immediately address this crisis. We are funding street outreach and violence interruption, who work to interrupt gangs and establish non-aggression agreements. We've developed high-risk intervention teams that are working to actually address violence after it occurs and support neighbors and prevent retaliation. There are things we are doing right now to address that. And if you go and you listen to the audio tour, yes, you're going to hear some of that. You're also going to be able to go and understand better how you get involved. We need people who are stepping up, helping us do things like clean vacant lots, showing up to violence prevention activities. We need people to understand guns are a huge part of this crisis. And I just think overall, we understand that this is a scary time. We know that people don't always feel safe, but we want to give them a sense of understanding that there are things that we can do to address this, but every part of the city has to be working together in order to get it done.
Well, Tamara, thank you for joining us. And tell the mayor she's welcome here anytime. We'll keep calling. For more on the city's gun violence awareness campaign, you can head to chicago.gov/ripple effect.
Tamara, thank you.
Thank you.